Hi friends, welcome again to my channel. Today we are making one of your kids' most favorite snack. It's called the fruit snack, right? How many of you are so alarmed? I was, because anytime there was the talk about the fruit snack in the store, I always run away from it because they have gelatin, they have too much of artificial colors, flavors and preservatives, and my kids cannot handle red 40 or blue 1. Those are like major neurotoxins for them. So I always have run away from that. But my very good friend Akila one time told me that, hey, you can make it at home too without all those bad stuff. So I looked at some of the ingredients and I tried a few of them myself, and of course this is not my original recipe because this has been here for years and years, right? So it is how you make toasting the bread, right? So you cannot just invent that, you just discover that, oh, it was there. Now I found it, right? And I'm super excited to share it with you with many flavors. And yes, it does have a beautiful natural color to it and with very less ingredients. And that is the magic of my channel. Everything is fast, quick, easy and very simple. Now let's get started with our ingredients. Alright, over here I have all kinds of mixed berries over here. I have the strawberry. I'm using different berries just for the color, okay? I have the strawberry, which is a red color. And I have the blackberries. I think it's organic blackberries frozen. And over here is the organic blueberries frozen. And I would highly recommend to use the natural non-frozen fruits, but because it's winter season over here, we don't get the natural blueberries, and they do get rotten really fast. So if you don't have the time to buy the regular raw blueberries or blackberries or even strawberries, and you're worried that it's going to go rotten in your fridge because of the time consumption, so you can definitely go ahead and buy these frozen berries or frozen fruits. And the next ingredient we have to use is called the agar. This is for the gelling up our gum. It's a non-gelatin for vegan lovers. And over here the next thing we need is the mold. And before I forget, there is honey. This is localized honey, but this is completely optional. If you are watching your sugar, you don't have to do this. You can skip this ingredient. And this is the beautiful cute little gummy mold that I got from Amazon. I think it came in a pack of 5 for like just $9, and this is really worth it, guys, because you can make it at any time. All you need is a freezer and all these ingredients. Pretty much it, right? Okay, let's get started. The next step is I'm going to go ahead and use my blender, and I'm going to blend all of these separate. I'm just going to take 1 cup of strawberry, 1 cup of blueberry and 1 cup of blackberry. I'm going to blend them separate so we can start our process. Okay, I have poured them beautifully into these glass bowls. I'm just going to use like a half cup of each. I said 1 cup, but then it is going to be like a small serving because I tend to make it fresh every week. So that way it stays fresh and it is healthy as well. So over here, that's what I have. I'm going to go use my Vitamix over here, and I'm just going to blend them. And before that, I'm going to defrost all of these, and then I'm going to blend them and make it a puree, and I'll be back. I have made blueberry puree, over here strawberry and the blackberry, and they come in beautiful colors. Over here it looks like a purple, pink, and this is like a dark cherry pink. Over here these are pretty good, and I have my pan ready. Yeah, I'm going to start making our blackberry first, and we are going to do the same procedure for all of that. So the first one, I'm going to add honey, and from then on I'm not going to add honey for these two because I'm making for my diabetic clients as well. So let's see, I'm just going to go ahead and pour it in. Okay, I have poured the whole thing in. What I have done is I have gone ahead and added more water to this, so it forms like a nice gravy here. There are 2 ways to make this. You can either strain it or you can do it without straining it. Either way it is cool. I like the rough edges over here, so I don't strain this. And now I'm going to add our honey. This is like a tablespoon of honey, and I'm going to mix it in for that to blend it well. By the way, my stove is on a low flame right now, just for a 1-minute process. Now let's go ahead and add our agar powder. This is by the way vegan, non-gelatinized. So I'm just going to add 1 to 2 tablespoons of that. This one actually comes with a mold dropper, but I don't know where I put it today, so I'm going to use a regular dropper. So my stove is switched off at this point, and if you see, it's still like a very thin gravy here, but with the agar you have to pour it right away into our molds because it gets thick pretty fast. Once it gets thick, it's very hard to work with, right? Okay, now let's get started. Let me go ahead and take this dropper. I'm going to take it away from the stove. As you can see, it has thickened up already. Okay, just have to pour, yeah, until the edges. You don't want to over pour them, then in that case it's going to come out very ugly. So here, if you made a mess, we can always wipe it, so don't worry about that. Okay, let's say that you don't have a dropper. You can use a small metallic measuring spoon that I'm using right now. You can use something like that too. And make sure you fill the molds. And I know that I have made a mess over here because of the spoon idea. But I just wanted to show you guys, in case you don't have a dropper, it shouldn't stop you from making these wonderful gummies. And we still have so much left. So I'm just going to go ahead and wipe it clean. Okay, it's done. I forgot to do one important step over here. So what you have to do is you have to use a tray like this. So when you pass it on to your freezer, you know, it doesn't get flip-flop on that. But now that it is a little dry, so it kind of saved my board. Okay, my stove is on medium heat right now, and I'm going to pour the strawberry puree here, just the same way we made the other thing. Now I'm going to slowly stir it in and let it sit for like 30 seconds before we add the agar. Since I am making it for our diabetic patients, I am not going to add sugar or any kind of natural sweetener or even honey to these recipes. It's just two ingredients then. One is the puree and the agar. Alright, it is a little warm right now, and I'm just going to add our agar, the same thing, just 2 tablespoons. And then stir it in very nicely without any lumps. Okay, it's been 1 minute. I'm going to turn off my stove. In just 1 minute, once you see the bubbles or the rolling boil, we just have to stop the heat, and then I'm moving it aside. And now I have 2 of these molds, and I'm just going to make sure I put it into the blue mold so it has a different color combination. Okay, I'm going to use a filler like this, you know, the medicine filler, so it is easy to use with. So I'm just going to go ahead and get them, and then as you can see, it is a very less mess compared to the other two we had. Dropper is a great idea, but I wanted to show to people who don't have a dropper and they want to do it right away. So the filler is a great idea. See how much mess free it is compared to our last one. Here, the one tip that I would definitely tell you guys is do it ASAP. Do not let it sit for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes because it will get gelatinized very soon, and it is very hard to work with because it will make a huge mess and it will stick to everywhere and it will not form a good shape like we have right here. You can also buy a big gummy bear mold. I like the smaller one so we don't overeat ourselves. So this is good. And for kids who don't like to eat fruits, during the winter season we need a lot of antioxidants due to infections and other stuff. So it's better to keep them berrytonized. You know, that means lots of berries. And this is the only way. And I have a lot of smoothies in my recipes where you can just try all of that for your kids who are really picky eaters and who don't like the fruit idea, and let's make it fun for them so we both win in the kitchen, right? Alright, it is done. I'm just going to shape them a little bit, just to tweak it here and there, remove the extra residue here. Now we are going to do the blackberry, same procedure. 1 cup of blackberry puree. And I'm just going to warm it for like 20 or 30 seconds, and once it is warm we're gonna go ahead and add the agar powder. There you go. I'm going to reduce the heat. It looks like it's too hot, to low heat. Yeah. Okay, now it is a little warm. I'm just going to go ahead and add our agar powder. You can add 2 tablespoons of agar powder to 1 cup. Since it is less than 1 cup, I'm only going to add 1 tablespoon of this. And I'm going to mix it very well as usual without any lumps. And I have my filler here, and I'm going to use a spoon as well. As you can see the vapor, it is a little warmed up, a little bit of hot, and we see the rolling boil and all these bubbles. Now is the time to set it aside and start filling it in. Okay, here we go. I have filled it in. There are little smudges here and there, but that's okay. Good blackberries over here, and I love these different andre of colors. So first we have this blueberry, which is like a it looks like a pinkish dark pinkish color. Over here is like a rose pink kind of strawberry, and the last thing is the blackberry. It does look extremely black. Now it's getting ready to go into my freezer for 20 to 30 minutes, but if you want to refrigerate it rather than the freezing idea, put it again inside the fridge for 1 hour to 1.5 hours depending on the consistency that you need. And once it is out of the freezer, I will come back and I'll show you how it is done. Alright. Now what do we do with the rest of the gravy that we made? Like this. So I just combined all 3 puree. So I'm just going to take a mold like this big, and I'm just going to try a jello form over here. So I have the tray, as you can see in the bottom. Just gonna pour it in. This is pretty easy because it's a big spout here, big mold. And let's see how it comes. Make sure you don't overflow that like I'm doing it right now. Just try to be slow. Definitely freeze it. Do not refrigerate it because this is going to be hard to work with. Alright, I have filled the whole thing, so make sure you go a little slower. I went a little fast, so it just overfilled some of those, but overall it looks pretty good. I'm just going to go and freeze it for 20 to 30 minutes. Because of the large quantity, it may take a little longer, but let's see how long it takes and I will let you know. Alright, I have filled the whole thing, so make sure you go a little slower. I went a little fast, so it just overfilled some of those, but overall it looks pretty good. I'm just going to go and freeze it for 20 to 30 minutes. Because of the large quantity, it may take a little longer, but let's see how long it takes and I will let you know. Alright, I'm super excited. It's been 30 minutes. I just waited for another 10 minutes for them to get really hardened. So I have started peeling off some of them, and it looks, look at that, so cute little fellas. I'm just going to go ahead and remove them and put it in 3 different cups for you guys to see, and I'll be back. Alright, here we go. I have separated them into 3 different flavors. Here we go. We have the blueberry. It looks a little cherry color because of the agar. And over here is the blackberry, and over here is the strawberry. I'm just going to show how cute they are. So in these pads, it's 50 per pad. So usually it comes in a pack of 5 for $9.99 from Amazon, like I mentioned before. But over here, everything, we have 50 of them. It doesn't look that big because of the small texture of the gummy bear, but it is a small mold. Still, it is very healthy. So feed your kids healthy, happy and delicious snack. I've taken some over here, and it is very easy to take it out. I have left it out for 2 to 3 hours probably. As you can see, there is some residue over here. You can keep it for like overnight, but I just wanted to see how it's done. It is really delicious. I tried a little bit myself. This is the fruit jello over here with our leftover fruit puree from our gummy bears over here, and I'm just gonna move it out and show it to you. Here we go. Alright guys, here we go. Our fruit jello with the leftover fruit puree is ready, and today we made 3 types of gummy bears, fruit snacks and leftover fruit jello. Here we go. Very cute, huh? Okay, so what you have to do next is you have to keep it in the fridge. If you're going to eat it for later, you can box it in a mason jar, will be a great idea. If you want to travel with this, you take it in a freezer bag so it still stays the same consistency, same texture. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel.